There are three great powers in the world: the United States, China, and Russia. We were so focused on the West, the big bad wolf, that we haven't been paying attention to the green snake that is no longer in our backyard, but right in the green grass of our very own yard. Don't get confused yet. China is not here to help Africa, or at least not in the way that we think.
Everybody,
subscribe if you want. China is doing to Africa what America did to them, and of course this makes the West panic. Whilst China invested billions of dollars in Africa because they care about Africans. You see, in the middle 18th century, the West got cheap labor from China. But over the years, China's economy has improved significantly, meaning that if the West still wants cheap labor and resources, they have to look elsewhere. Here's where things get a tad bit complicated. China is also in need of cheap labor, and they cannot get it from China. China needs to make Africa the new China to China. Do you understand, or I'm speaking Chinese?
Food should be suitable for human beings.
China is an industrial power that lacks primary resources. That is where Africa comes in. China is building infrastructure to develop Africa so that they can take advantage of its cheap labor and low tax rate. Of course, the cheap labor is as a result of our devalued currency.
A new experience and an experience that will be available for all our Kenyans at an affordable price.
For Kenya though, the SGR does not end here. The construction of the second phase is currently underway, and for the entire region, that's just the beginning.
You got to see wildlife.
It's a new thing in Kenya. We're excited. We are not stuck in traffic.
It's my first time on a train actually, and it's good first impression.
The fares are low and also the time.
But that is not only what they are doing. They are also building a market to sell their products. But at least they are building, right? When China gets to an African country, they build infrastructures for free, and then they hire cheap labor within the country. That is, if they don't bring other Chinese labor to work there. The country signs a lease that the Chinese can use the infrastructure for their own purposes. So, China builds 54 military bases, airports, in strategic locations in Africa. China has a population of about 1.5 billion, with an area of 9.6 million square kilometers. Of course, they might be looking to dump the extra 500 million on other countries. So they not only come, but they start to take over businesses and employ only their own. Why is China giving Africa more money than they could pay back? Because they don't want us to pay back. They have a plan. Nobody gives a loan without collateral. They don't want their loan back. They are after the collateral. They are after the natural resources that African leaders used as collateral in case of default. The white men colonized Africa to exploit our natural resources. They want to do the same thing the white man did to us, but using a different strategy. I am sure you heard about what happened in 2012 when China built the headquarters of the African Union for free. And it was not until after 5 years that, well, that is a story for another day. When you think about it, what other country wouldn't do more if given the chance? China was once a country with over 88% poverty rate. They now have 0% as at 2024. They are not helping Africa because they care. They have their own selfish interests. But then, what other country doesn't? At least, they don't go around dropping bombs on other countries. I didn't mention any country's name. The reason why cheap labor is gotten from Africa is because the IMF has devalued the currency of many African countries. You can learn more about that in the next video.